Well, hi there. Time for a quick hand video. This is my hand, and this is a Kindle Paperwhite model DP75SDI from June 2015 is when they came out. And I don't know if this is from 2015 or 2016. Um, uh, Amazon calls it their seventh generation unit, but it's really like the third generation of the Paperwhite, and it's like 4 gigabytes in storage, 3 gig for you. And has a 300 DPI 1440 by 1080 eCarta e-ink display, which is still working here. A friend of my wife's gave this to her, and she said it charges up and doesn't turn on. And I have confirmed that yes, it charges up. I don't know if you see the green light there, so it's charged. But if you go ahead and push the button, nothing happens. So it's like the on-off switch is broken. I've never repaired one of these or opened it up, but we'll see if there's a video here. Someone on the internet suggested trying a magnet, because I guess on some models down here on the lower right, there's a magnetic switch for a smart cover, so when you open the cover, it comes on. So let's try playing with that. I have a weaker magnet here. Let's see if I can get it. This is kind of just a regular iron magnet, so we'll just kind of go, oh, hello. Hello. Okay, that didn't do anything. Let's try a rare earth magnet if I can get it off the stack of magnets here, because it's so... Here, let me show you this thing. This is just nuts. Okay. And these even have these little spacers in there to keep them... Looks okay, so let's see what this does. Hello. And it opens. And it opens. And it opens. So that... Either it doesn't have such a sensor, or I'm not doing anything. I think it's on that side. Okay, so nothing's easy. All right then, well, I guess we're going in to see what's wrong. And like I say, I've never opened one of these. Most of the videos on YouTube use one of these iFixit. Let me get my iFixit. You know, they use one of these prying tools, or this prying tool. So let's see if we turn some more light on here. Okay, let's kill the power and see if we can actually get into this thing around here. This will work, but you know, these prying tools are awful thick, so I'd rather go in with a single-sided razor blade, which I like for opening iPhones too. Let's see if we can just... Yeah, that's going to come up. Alright, so I'll speed this up now, so you don't have to watch me go pry. Oh, but we're in pretty easily there. And I know there's like a kind of a cementy thing all around, so we just gotta kind of go work our way around the edge and pry up. I'll put this into... See, now that's kind of giving me some lift. Oh, that's popping her up. Okay. So that's not too bad. All right, so let's speed up while I go around and pry here. Oh, we lost it. Oh. Jesus Christ. Get these magnets out of here. Okay. Here, you go over there. Yeah, it's just got a little bit of cement, a little tape. Actually, a little heat will probably make this come up a little easier, but fingers work good. Okay, so what do we have here? So this is gasket material to keep dust and some moisture out, and we did a pretty good job. We did a pretty good job of preserving this gasket all the way around, so I'm happy about that. And yeah, so there we go. Put that aside. What's coming up here? Is this just cement or tape? That's just sticky stuff. Just get that off of there. So that wasn't too bad. Now it looks like we have a bunch of Torx screws to remove. So let's get a little container for all of those. And let's find the right Torx bit here. Maybe number 5. No, that looks like a Phillips, actually. Tiny Phillips. Okay, well, kudos to Amazon for not using anything too fancy. Let's use a little Phillips driver. That's a little big. Go smaller. That's a little big. Go smaller. There we go. All right. Now I'm not paying much attention to where these are coming from because, as I say, I looked at some other people doing this and they all seem to be the same size, unlike with Apple or an iPhone where you can have a short one and a tall one. Hopefully that's true. We'll find out. What else we got? Okay, I think that's a lot of little screws. Let's see what we can lift out of here now, if anything. A little bit of resistance, although it's kind of loose. There may be more screws. It seems like this back case should kind of come away, but I don't know. I think we may have a little guy here. Let's see. Hello. Okay, let's see if that made anything. Didn't really seem like it was the top that was holding it, but yeah, it really seems like if you could lift the top out. What is holding it? There's nothing on the back. Oh, there's the battery. I can see it. Let's see if you can see it. It's blue. It's in there. Anyway, we'll see if we can get this out. Maybe we'll show it to you a little better. Oh, well, we either released something or broke something. Trying to just kind of open her up. Spread wide. Ah. Well, how about that? What do we have back here? Antenna? I assume this is a antenna for the Wi-Fi or the cell if you have it. This one, I don't know what it has. But that looks like a trace antenna. I don't know if I've just broken a contact or if it was just pressure fit there. But anyway, now we have this here. First time I've been here. Look at this. Ooh, you get your fancy Kindle battery. Do not attempt to open, service, or dispose. And then, is that our switch? Is our switch, okay, so the switch is molded into the switch is molded into the case. You know, it's just, is that going to come out of there? Oh well. Yeah. So I don't know how clear that is. So there's the switch piece, and it just pushes. Oop. It just pushes. Or does it? Well, how does that work? Let me line up the... Oh, it's way over here. S1. Okay. Anyway, we'll go ahead. I'll put that switch in with the parts. All right, so here we have switch 1. And that goes with a ribbon cable into this jack here. So we could kind of see if the switch itself is working, but I have a feeling it's just a software switch. It just tells the microprocessor to start because the microprocessor's asleep and waiting for a line to go low to interrupt and wake it up. Probably. It's generally how these things work. Yeah, look at all the components on this other cable here. So let's I will try to check the switch here, and I may try to check this battery as well in case it's acting as a dead short or something. And then it's hard without a schematic. We got to kind of try to figure out if any you know, if there's been any shorts to ground or diodes. I don't see any liquid damage or anything. So, oh well, let's try to beep this bad boy out here. I'll tell you, I'm going to guess that the switch just grounds out a pin. Let's see if I've got a... So let me, this is grounded. Let's connect it to this. And now I would think anything grounded on here should beep. Okay, so now let's try the 4 pins. That's already grounded. This is 2. Where's the button? Oh, I can't feel it. Ah! Okay, let's try again. Okay, first one is ground. Second one, nothing. Third one, nothing. Fourth one, okay, so the switch, press, 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 seems okay. These ones in the middle don't do anything, but I think the switch is probably fine. So, I don't know that a battery could drag this thing down, but maybe there's a dead short somewhere. I have to think about this a little bit. I'll have to come back to it maybe. But let's while we're here, let's oops, Man, I gotta get these magnets off of the bench. They're attracting everything. I'm just not gonna put those screws into the bucket because I may just put this right back, but this is a lot easier. If it's not glued, this is a lot easier to get out than an iPhone battery. All right. Let's see how this does. Hello. Wow, this is great. That's much nicer than, you know, this is 4 or 5 years old. 3.7 volts, supposedly. Let me put these in a different container so I don't lose them. All right. Shall we see what we got here, voltage-wise? DC volts. Negative plus. 4.17, almost 4.18. What's 1H? And nothing in the middle. I wonder if that's a turn-on thing. Let me switch to the other probe. Yeah, 4.17, 4.2, which is more than is required. So this is a fully charged super battery. And I don't know what this TH terminal in the middle is. 414, 417, 0. So that all seems fine. Let's actually, while we have the battery out, just for grins, let's plug it in. And oh, and you get a flashing yellow light because there's no battery in it. I guess it's angry at me. I wonder if it'll run without it, though. That's the thing. No. Okay, yeah. Take that out. Okay, I'm going to have to look at this under the microscope and see if there's anything obvious and maybe do some checks. Unfortunately, I'm not set up video-wise to actually, you know, take you guys under the mighty microscope. But so let me go away and cogitate on this a little bit and see what might be the next step. It's 2 days later and I just made some progress. I got to wondering if the battery wasn't able to provide enough current. So I took it out and I connected these two grabber clips to the power input and put it on my DC power supply and then pressed the switch. And let's see if I can, and lo and behold, the LED came on and it changed to this, and it says the battery is invalid because obviously that center terminal is some kind of data connection and it can't talk to it. But it looks like it's just a battery problem. So I'm going to order a new battery and see if that fixes it. So that's interesting to know. You can have a Kindle that charges up, but still can't power the device. So I went ahead and ordered a new OEM battery on eBay. We'll see what the quality of that is when it gets here. And I figured while I'm waiting for it to come, I would like to play with the old battery and characterize it a little bit more. So I connected up these grabber clips and to where the power goes into the Kindle, and these alligator clips to the battery. And in the middle, I've put these 2 meters. This one is showing the voltage, which is 4.1, and then this is a DC am meter, so I could see how much current it would draw. And I expected that when I turn this thing on, the voltage would sag as the current came up and the whole thing would kind of collapse, and that would tell me that the battery just can't put out, you know, enough oomph to make things go. But that's not actually what happened. Let me turn this over and show you. And in fact, you can see that I've got it booted up here, so it actually does work. Let me see if I can find the on-off button here. So this center connector on the battery, as we thought, is a data connection. That's how the Kindle knows that the battery is actually there, and it's too narrow to put another alligator clip on there. So this lead goes to that data connection. I'm just going to manually hold it in place when I turn this thing on. And this will turn it on now because the positive's going through the ammeter. So now the Kindle has power. And let me hold this down on the center conductor here. And if I hold this down now long enough to reboot it, am I out of the way there? Let me get a, okay, here we go. If I can find this button. There we go. And I'm holding it down. And the LEDs come on. Current goes up. Not a lot of current, you know, it's like 40 to 70 microamps. There's a little inrush when it first starts. And now you can see the darn thing is booting up perfectly. If I don't hold this center conductor down, then we get that 22, you know, battery invalid error that we saw before. So this takes a minute. I'll speed this up so that the boot goes real fast. And there you go. That was about a good minute or so. I think it hangs close to the end because it has no Wi-Fi antenna. It can't get on the network. So there you go. It's working great and with the old battery, which means that all it really needed apparently was the power disconnected and reconnected because I did do the 20-second button press and the 40-second button press while it was all still together, and that did not wake it up and make it responsive again. So it was pretty hard hung, which may mean that there's some other problem deep in the main board that we'll find out about as we use it more. Anyway, I'm going to wait till the new battery comes, and I'll compare the two batteries and then put the whole thing back together, and then we'll have to run it a little bit and see if it's going to behave itself or not. Okay, so it's a couple days later, and our $11.70 OEM quote-unquote battery from eBay has arrived. And it looks similar. This is the same side. Looking at this stuff that's blacked out here, I think it says Amazon Kindle under there, so they had to black it out to not get beat up on some copyright restriction. Although this could be counterfeit. Look at the color of the blue is different. So who knows how good this battery really is. But I'm going to put it in anyway, the theory being that it's newer rather than older and has more cycles in it, even though these things go through cycles pretty slowly. So here we can connect it up, take the old battery out here, put the new battery on. There we go. So this one has a little less of a charge, 1/10 of a volt less unloaded than the other one, but it's been in the mail and everything. And so now we'll power up the board through the ammeter. And I'm not going to hold the data cable down this time, and we'll get this thing juiced up here. And there come the lights, and there comes the error message because I'm not holding the data cable down. Whoops. There, it's going to reboot again. Anyway, there we go. This battery seems to be all right, so I'm going to install it, and we'll do that really fast. Okay, so there's a lip in the back that has to go under. I guess this one had it too. I just didn't notice. So. Have to put the switch back in. And I'm just gonna hope that the old glue on here will hold it, because it seems pretty tacky still. Okay, so that's it. We'll just give it to the wife now and let her play with it and see if there's anything actually wrong with it, or if it just needed to have its power redone. So there we go, Paperwhite to Paperwhite. Maybe an unnecessary battery replacement, but there you go. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.